Definitely biochemistry. Biochemistry was a really challenging course, I won't lie, but it's the course where I think I really learned how to study. I got my flashcards, I got my notes, and it forced me to say, okay, this is what works for me and this is what doesn't. It also is definitely going to be really helpful for me in medical school because a lot of it is kind of prereq stuff. And then I also got to be a student instructor for biochem after I passed the course, so that was really great too because I got to give back to other students who were also taking that very challenging course.
Right now I'm in CALS LI, and the leadership class I think has been the most introspective class that I've ever taken. I've really learned a lot about myself and a lot about other people's leadership styles, and I think that no matter where life ends up taking me, those are skills that I can take with me wherever. Knowing how I work and knowing how other people work and how to best collaborate with all different types of people.
The most impactful course I've taken so far is actually quantitative methods of food and resource economics. It was a little bit of a tedious course, but it was the first course that really allowed me to dive in to some of the application side of everything I'd been learning in my lower division coursework.
So the most impactful class that I probably took was a class when I was an undergraduate as a CALS student, and that was our beef production classes, probably specifically cow-calf production. The instructor was great. He was probably the first person that really made me think outside of the box and do more than just memorize things for a test. So I think that that really put me on the path to go to grad school and be where I am today.
After graduation, I'd really like to spend time working with the people of agriculture and developing them. So my leadership development course with Dr. Salchik was really awesome. It was one of my first classes when I came to UF. Dr. Salchik's passion and energy for the curriculum really stood out to me, even though it was all done online. And having that presence was unique in a professor that he could do that and leave such an impact. And after I graduate, I want to help grow the people that grow our food, fiber, and fuel. And so having a leadership development, leadership theory class like that will help down the road.
The course that I think has prepared me the most for my dissertation research specifically, which has led me to graduation, is the Instructional and Communication Technologies course. That's really the course where I developed what I wanted to do for my dissertation, and has also sparked my line of research that I want to do.
I would say life after graduation. It's a class that I took with my food science professors, and it was really helpful because we got to learn a lot about the different sectors in the food industry, and we also got to meet people from the food industry as well and ask them lots of questions.
The Environmental and Sustainability Leadership course I took my sophomore year really introduced me to what it means to be an environmental leader and showed me the skills that I wanted to acquire for the rest of my experience as an undergraduate, so that when I graduate I can actually go out into the world and start working and being a change agent in the community.
The class that's prepared me the most and has also had a pretty big impact on my life has been Principles of Animal Nutrition with Dr. Antonio Fasciola. Through his class, I was actually able to become a research assistant, and he's been an incredible mentor to me over the past year and a half. Assisting him with some of the ruminant nutrition projects over the past year and a half has really helped to allow me to see different sectors of veterinary medicine, which is the track that I'm on, and has allowed me to see deeper into the One Health mission that a lot of veterinarians are trying to accomplish. So without him as a mentor, I don't believe that I'd been able to take these next steps in my life towards becoming a veterinarian.
One of my favorite courses that I've taken at UF has definitely been Principles of Animal Nutrition. Dr. Fasciola was my professor, and I feel like he was a wonderful mentor for how I thought of the veterinary and animal agriculture world. I really enjoyed that class mostly because it found a specific area of animals that I found interesting and something that I would want to pursue in science and the research world.
I would say the most interesting course I've taken is virology with Dr. Melissa Jones. I actually started taking this course before the pandemic, and at that point I could already tell the biochemical and physiological processes I had learned in my other classes were very applicable to this subject. But as the pandemic started in the middle of the semester, it became even more relevant how important virology is in science and in medicine, and I think this will be really helpful as I move forward.
The one that prepared me the most would have to be data analysis taught by Dr. Sharp. It's given me a huge tool set that I'll be able to use for the rest of my life.
The one that has impacted me the most is natural resource sampling. I took it the fall of my junior year. This was the first course that I got to see marine science, my major, outside of the classroom. So we got to go on a bunch of cool field trips every week. And this one really cool field trip we got to go on, we got to go electrofishing in Lake Alice, which I just thought was really awesome. And I definitely will not forget it for a long time.
I took research methods in FYCS last spring with Dr. Stefano, and her class and the way that she taught research has completely changed my outlook on graduation, on my post-graduation plans. I am now orienting myself more towards academia and looking to pursue either a master's or a PhD due to the work that I did with her and the love I found for research through her class.
The most impactful course I've taken is Martha Monroe's graduate course called Conservation Behavior. And this course really just showed me the impact that social sciences can have in natural resource conservation. And a lot of times when we think about natural resource conservation, we think about mainly the hard sciences, the quantitative sciences, but really social sciences plays a huge role in how people think and engage in the natural resources. And so I'm really glad that I got to take that course. And it's prepared me to get a master's and a PhD eventually.